I'm with Ross Bagrad. He's with PGW-DTI, and we're going to be looking at some of the rifles that have made this company earn the reputation that it so deserves. But I want to start, Ross. I'm guessing it wasn't an easy go starting in the arms industry and in making rifles in Canada and getting to the point that you're at now.
Yeah, that's very true, Brian. We started the business in 1992, although it did not technically start off as a firearms manufacturing business, more of a customizing of the firearms themselves, but eventually morphed into manufacturing of the weapons themselves. And as time went on and we gained more experience, we got into the various military and law enforcement markets that we find ourselves in now.
I know from talking with you earlier that you studied in Colorado and you came back thinking, I know a lot. And then you started actually working on your own and kind of learned that you didn't know everything you thought you knew.
Well, life has a way of humbling young men. And it certainly,
I don't know what you're talking about.
It certainly did that, and but you learn from your mistakes, and you move on, and you do better, and that's that's how you succeed.
All right. Well, you've definitely grown the company to an international player in firearms, and I want to ask about some of these rifles that you've brought along today, because these are civilian examples of what military and law enforcement use. So anybody can buy one of these, but why don't you tell us about some of the features of what we're looking at here? What's this one?
This is the Coyote, which is the 308 model that we produce. We produce three rifles, a 308, a 338, and a 50 cal. This being the Coyote 308, this being the Timberwolf 338, and the last one being the LRT 350 cal. The features on the 308 and the 338 are all very similar. They're a bolt-action repeating rifle with this particular one has an 8-shot magazine. They're set up, of course, for an optical sight. They're set up for a night vision attachment, which is typically not something the civilian market has. PEC laser mount on the side here, bipod to support it under fire, muzzle brake to reduce the recoil, helically fluted barrel to reduce the weight and increase the cooling rate of the barrel. Again, as noted, an 8-shot magazine, the scope mount. Standard.
It looks very high-tech and space age.
Well, it is, but at its heart, it remains a bolt-action rifle, although a very precision-made bolt-action rifle, certainly designed to deliver the utmost accuracy at long range.
All right. So this is, if you were starting out into long-range target shooting, this is the one to start with, and then you move up the range.
Absolutely, yes. This would be the best one for anybody just getting into long-range shooting to start with.
All right. Let's move up one level, and this is, you were saying this is the Timberwolf.
Yeah, this is the Timberwolf 328. This is a variant of the rifle we produce for the Canadian Forces, which is called the C14. The heart of this rifle is identical to that particular rifle. It has some different features on it that have changed since we did that contract for the Department of National Defence here in Canada. Again, very similar features, same night vision mount, same muzzle brake. They're set up to accept a suppressor on the end, which we don't have here today. But the function of this weapon and this weapon here are identical. They just fire different cartridges.
So as far as both for the Canadian Forces and for the civilian market, as you're moving up into longer ranges, it's essentially seamless moving from the Coyote up to the Timberwolf.
From a training standpoint, it would be. From a function standpoint, it would be. The ballistics of the cartridge and the performance of the bullet downrange is certainly much superior with the 338 though over the 308.
Yeah. But from a learning standpoint, this system would work.
Yes.
All right. And then this is the big daddy. I'm guessing there's a few changes here.
Well, it's an entirely different rifle. This is the LRT 350 cal. Fires a 50 BMG cartridge. Typically it's a 750 grain projectile versus a 250 or 300 grain projectile versus a 168 or 175 grain projectile.
That's a little more power.
It is. It has a tremendous downrange energy. The accuracy of the rifle at distances to 1,000 meters would not be noticeably greater than either of these probably, but it really shines when you get out to that 1,500 plus meter ranges, and then it really, really outperforms both of those.
But for the civilian market, we're mainly talking about serious target shooters, serious long-range shooters if you're getting into this one.
Yeah, or folks that want something a little bit different that not everybody has, certainly. It's a very expensive rifle. It's expensive to own, it's expensive to shoot, certainly, and it's also it's harder to shoot. you need to train more. You need to understand more about managing the recoil of a weapon like this as well, and the muzzle blast. It can all be very intimidating to a new shooter. And later today, there'll be a number of new shooters firing this weapon, so it'll be interesting to see how that turns out.
Yeah, I'm not sure that that I'm looking forward to shooting this one, but we're going to see.
All right. Well, we'll look forward to it if you're not.
All right. Thanks so much, Ross.
You bet.
That's something.